Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So we're going through Act 5.3.3, and this one caters to mutants. So I already knew that I was going to have myself a ball in here with my Archangel. So you guys can see the team that I went in with. I decided to go in with a mutant crit team. I didn't double up on the Cyclopses like I usually do. Instead, I added another Archangel just for some security. In case my 5-star Archangel goes down, I'll still have the 4-star available. Turns out we didn't need that at all. Alright, so I'm scouting out a little bit, and then look at what I see. A full energy refill. Well, that made the decision for me. I knew where I was going. So I went right down that path, even though I was going to have to deal with Nebula. Of course, Nebula is double immune, so Archangel can't bleed her, can't poison her, and he has the class disadvantage. Not fun. Alright, her nodes are not too bad. She has an enhanced special 1, unblockable. I don't normally get hit with her special 1, so that's not a concern for me. The only thing that I was concerned with is that the fight was going to be long and boring, and I would lose my concentration and focus and end up getting wrecked. You guys will just have to wait to see what happens. And what do you know? I didn't fall asleep, I didn't lose my focus, and we were able to take Nebula down pretty easily. It was a little bit longer than I'd like, but not really that long. So we're doing good so far, and at least we got that out of the way, and we're going to have ourselves a nice, free, full energy refill. Alright, so next up is Star-Lord, and I'm not too worried about Star-Lord, even though I have the class disadvantage. I already know Archangel is just going to rip him up. I've fought him before with Archangel, so nothing fancy, nothing special. I looked at the nodes, didn't see anything that I thought would give me any real trouble. The only thing that I worry about in fights like this is bad game mechanics. I worry about my evade suddenly not working, or my parry not working and getting wrecked because of it. But it is what it is, and with a free energy refill, I figure I'll just keep going, and if I end up getting wrecked really bad, I can always restart it and not have too much of a concern. But as you can see, Star-Lord is getting his butt whooped.
Fatality.
And Archangel reigns supreme. Next up, we're going to be fighting Iron Man. Now, there was a time before Archangel came to the contest, long before, I used to have a problem with Iron Man. His arc overload used to make me grimace. If I couldn't get him close enough and then finish him off with my special, it was very unlikely that I was going to be able to take him down. But that time was long ago, and Archangel just tears him up. Once he has some poisons on him, I'm not worried about his arc overload. And as soon as he gets even one neurotoxin on him, arc overload doesn't help.
Finish him.
And as you saw, he wasn't about to regen anything with all that poison and neurotoxins on him. Alright, so in this section I had a choice of going to the left or to the right. I could have unlocked and went over there with Cable, but I did not want to deal with Cable. I wasn't really ready to deal with Cable. Archangel, he may have been able to do some good work on Cable, but I think it would have been expensive. So I decided to go down the Voodoo path. And Voodoo is normally not a problem, but for some reason I was having a little hard time getting some parries and getting my timing, but I got it together and fought Voodoo as I usually fight him. Again, that regen that he has in the beginning doesn't really help once I get some neurotoxins on him. Even just getting some poisons on him helps with that. So Voodoo is also no problem for Archangel.
Fatality.
Next up, we have Rocket Raccoon. And there's nothing difficult about this fight at all. Rocket Raccoon doesn't have a large health pool. He doesn't have a strong block proficiency or anything like that. So once I start getting those neurotoxins on him like there, it's going to be over unless I really mess up. You know, if I push him to his L2 and then get caught by it, then yeah, that could wreck me and ruin my day. But his L1, very easy to evade. He was free with it, and down he goes.
Uh-oh.
Now we're already at the boss fight, and we will be fighting Rogue. Now the thing with Rogue that sometimes gets me is that she shrugs off debuffs very quickly. So she throws my timing off. So if I try to stun her and then hit her with a heavy for Archangel, sometimes that doesn't work and she clobbers me. So as I normally do, I start going through my other champions before I get to my big boys. But Wolverine, of course, he's no one's sidekick. And so he's really tearing her up pretty good. So at this point, I'm like, okay, Wolverine can take her fairly easily. The only thing that I was concerned with is the unblockable finale. And I figured if I can just make sure I maintain a lot of bleeds on her, I won't have to worry about that. But I left it in so you guys can see some of the things that I have to deal with. So far, this fight is going very well, and I'm not seeing any problems. I think that I can take her down pretty easily. And that's when disaster struck. So, coming up in a minute, I want you guys to watch this. Look at that. That is not the video. That's actually what my game did. I'm sitting here tapping hard and going, come on guys, come on. That threw me completely off, and I couldn't get my bearings back quite right because it started lagging, and then that unblockable finale took me out. I was sitting there like, oh, come on. So now I'm going to have to deal with the unblockable finale. Okay, so I go in with my Cyclops, and I'm like, at least I can, you know, try to work around it. So what I'm doing is just hitting her while she's blocking and trying to bait out that heavy like you saw right there. And other than that, just keep backing away. And As soon as I get an opening like that, I go in to try to push her to her L1. And if I can push her to her L1 like that, now I can bait out that L1 and I can go in and take her down. That's what you have to do with the unblockable finale, or at least that's what I've been able to do. Alright, so that's gonna do it, guys. A pretty easy run, very quick. I knew it would be because it was mutant, and AA is, in my opinion, king of the mutants. So, if you liked the video, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps me out. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.